A privilege resolution declaring January 30th, 2017, Fred Korematsu Day of Civil Liberties and the Constitution in Philadelphia.
And Chair recognizes Councilwoman Gym.
Thank you so much, Council President. I want to thank my colleagues, Council members Green, Squilla, O, Parker, and Dom for co-sponsoring this resolution. And it's a great honor for me to ask our City Council to consider this resolution to honor Fred Korematsu here in this city. He was a Japanese American who, in 1942, was arrested when the orders for internment came down. Was arrested because he had refused to abide by them. He refused to report for internment. He stood up against discrimination against Americans of Japanese ancestry. He was incarcerated and interned at Topaz concentration camp in Utah. But what Fred Korematsu did was something that was extraordinary in the history of American law, which was that he challenged this internment and took his case all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court in 1944, when the Supreme Court upheld his conviction by a 6-3 vote, arguing that it was a military necessity. Fred Korematsu joined the 100,000 other Japanese Americans who suffered for the number of years that they were incarcerated, losing their homes, personal properties, who died in many of these internment camps. But as soon as he was released, continued his struggle. He continued to challenge his convictions and pursued them until they were finally overturned in 1983, in which a federal court found that a grave injustice was done to Fred Korematsu and the other Japanese Americans, and regretted deeply what had happened. Fred Korematsu continued to speak out, filing friend of the court briefs at the age of 85 on behalf of Muslim inmates held in Guantanamo Bay, and filed a similar brief on behalf of an American Muslim man being held in solitary confinement. Today we honor his memory, or ask that the City Council honors his memory, especially as we coincide it with the passage of a resolution that honors our Muslim communities. And it's a reminder that the profound injustice that was done to Fred Korematsu and 100,000 Americans of Japanese ancestry is a reminder to us about the evils of legislation based on xenophobia and racism, particularly in light of the current proposals to limit or ban immigrants and refugees in the United States based on their faith. And so with that, I respectfully ask for the council's support, and thank you when it comes up.
Thank you, Councilman. Thank you. That'll be on today's final passage calendar.